Hello, great to be with you again. And last time I promised that I would create a video detailing this thing here. I've given it a try and it just will not work because of the terrible quality. There are lots of air bubbles, so I'm not able to focus in on any particular part of this with the macro lens and give us any meaningful detail. But nonetheless, I've got something interesting for you. So I've just done an observation for iNaturalist. You can't see it because it's out of frame, but it's right here on my window. And it's a mayfly. Look at what I've got for you. Okay, so it actually turns out that what I've been calling a mayfly is actually not a mayfly, but a lacewing. This here is a mayfly that's on my window. And right now I'm shooting with a Nikon AFP 70 to 300 millimeter lens in the 70 millimeter position, and I've got these tube extensions on it. So I've got right now the 28 millimeter extension is on it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to switch up the camera lenses and the extensions to see what happens with the magnification, and then I will get down to the final section where I will use the 20 millimeter macro lens. So these extensions here convert the lens from an ordinary telephoto lens to a macro lens, as you can see in this shot. And let's see how close we can get using these extensions. So right now I've got a 28 millimeter. Let's see if the 14 or the 7 millimeter stacked with this one is going to make any difference. I've gone and stacked the 7 millimeter on the 28 millimeter, so that's a total of 35 millimeter extension. And you can see I've gotten a bit closer to it. It's still rather sharp, so you can see the detail quite well. And let's do the final. I'm still a bit of a distance away from it, and I am still in the 70 millimeter position. Let's see what happens when I put the last extension, the 24. And this is what it looks like when all three extensions are stacked. And I am on the 70 millimeter focal length. I've moved a couple of inches closer, so yeah, I think that's an inch closer. And you can see it's still quite sharp. So it turns out that even when I move closer, or when I change the focal length on the lens, I have to move further away. So as I turned the focal length to 300, I had to have the camera further away from the subject, so you don't get much magnification. In fact, you don't get any magnification when you move the camera away, because yeah, the subject still remains the same size on the screen. But look here at what happens when we put our 20 millimeter macro lens on it. We can see so close up. Look at those eyes, beautiful eyes. You can see the reflection going on in the eyes. You can see it breathing there. You can literally see, is that inside the body, that movement going on just beneath the eyes, if you can see it there, a dark color under that green. Quite interesting. So as I identified this earlier, this is a mayfly, which I'm posting to iNaturalist right now. So interestingly, with all the other subjects that I've highlighted here, I've highlighted subjects which I've already posted to iNaturalist. So right now I'm about to take a photograph and post this one to iNaturalist, and let's see what the identification on this is going to be. Alright, let's see if I can get any other parts of this subject in focus, and let's see its intricate, interesting details. Okay, you can look at those feet right there. You can see the detail on those digits. So one thing that I found quite interesting about all of the insects that I've seen close up is if you look at their digits, they kind of like have claws, you know, to really hang on, I'm guessing. And if you look at that mouthpiece, also quite interesting. Alright, so here's a photo of the final subject, and that's a day.